Hello, welcome back. Another week aboard Aceling. And I'm a bit of an idiot. Last week I completely forgot to remove the tape around this hatch that we sealed in place. I was in such a rush to get out of here to beat the rain that I left it on, and now I've got to pull it off. And yeah, good thing though, it didn't rain in here for the first time in ages, which makes sense because this is now been sealed, which is great. Also in the other room, so I've opened these up for now because I just want to get some air in here, and it's all dry over here, although it did drip from this old hatch, which it's always done, but this seems to have worked well, and so far so good. I'll let the air in, keep one of them open, and we'll see, since we do have more rain predicted later this week, and I have this habit of just forgetting things. So yeah, let me just close that and make sure that it's done. I'll leave that one for now. So also over here in this room, in the aft cabin, this hasn't been sealed in and this still needs a lot of work, but it didn't rain in here, oddly enough. This is just temporarily screwed on, but no rain came in here. And my back order of fairing compound has arrived. So I can't fair today. The sun's only just come out. Everything's still wet on deck. So that all needs to dry, and it's already almost midday. So there's no way I'll be able to get this fairing on and have that dry enough that I can put the hatch back on before I leave in the evening, because you can't just leave that open. So maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is looking like a really good day. I was getting ready to do a top coat on that, and then I saw those new cracks. Well, not new, they're obviously old, and I haven't noticed them before, so those will all need to be sanded down, and I'll have to do like I did with the others, a little bit of glass fairing, sanding off, priming, then I can do the top coat. That whole project's taking way too long. I need to focus on that. Meantime, I want to start getting stuff glued onto here, so that's what I'm going to do now. I've been waiting to do this in the engine room for a while, so let me get started. Alright, we're getting there. This section is sort of getting there. I need to cut a piece to go in here, and I need to continue on to the bottom. And then I need to put the silver tape on, and I think I'm going to do that now on one of these sections. this is an interesting one. So this crack was happening over here, but if you look at it, you can see that there's a bung, probably a screw under there. Interesting. When I look at the others, like this one, same thing. This one not so much, but then I found another one up here. Look at those layers. That's years of goodness knows what. I have run out of paintbrushes, and I've already mixed this, and I went into the drawer to get some paintbrushes, and none. So that sucks. So we'll do it like this. So in case you're wondering, the only reason I do this is to just stabilize that part. I just wanted to not crack again. I found that putting a very light glass over it tends to stop that from happening. So that's what I do. Definitely not the way to do it, but it has worked. We need to adapt. So not ideal, but you know, you got to adapt. The epoxy's mixed and it's kicking off, whether you're ready for it or not. I should have probably checked my drawer first. I only have 2 really big paintbrushes left, and those are spoken for, so can't use those, but it's worked. And just spreading it a little bit thicker over the top of the glass will do just fine, and impressing it in with the glove. You go through gloves, but they're cheaper than brushes. Right, I want to carry on in the engine room, but I need to stick a screw into that bulkhead. Also on the to-do list, obviously, is this part that Dave was hunched over last week. This is the transom, so this is now all ready to get sanded. Not today though. All right, that will do. I will sand this all tomorrow and probably get some primer on. I can't wait for that. Alright, that looks kind of okay. That part is done. That part is done. That part is done up to there. Right. I need to keep doing the little edges. Behind the exhaust and on this bulkhead will be quite difficult. But I've removed a lot and it's getting easier every time. So I think that's good progress for the week so far. I'm going to have to end it here because this is all I was able to do this week. But it's still quite a bit of progress. Still to do is to get rid of all that diesel that's sitting in the day tank so that I can remove all of that. I mean, once I've got a bucket or a drum to put all of that diesel in, it's just an afternoon stripping all of that area out and then it'll all be good. What you saw me sanding a little while ago was the lid that goes here. It's the the door for the engine room here. So I need to make that look good, and I wanted to do the same thing, and I want to coat it and paint it and put it in place again so that I've got it where I want it. And then we need to do some work back up on deck, and I need to start working on routing out the space for the portholes for the very aft cabin. Also needs to happen is a small friend needs to come over and start sanding in the transom, because that's ready to go. And I think in there I'm not going to do too much work. I'm just going to completely top coat the inside with a spray gun, and it'll be great, because it's just where I keep rubbish anyway, sails and stuff. So long as there's no sharp bits sticking out, and we're good to go. So thank you everybody for watching. If you feel like you can contribute at all towards these videos, there is a buy me a coffee link somewhere down in the description of the video, and also a PayPal for those people who want to contribute that way. Thank you everybody so much, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.